must be dissolved. And that's all that's happening. That's all, but it's huge. It's also happening, and I know there's a caller on the line, and I'll be with you right in a moment. But in this particular galactic moon, remember, your origin is in and of the stars. This is huge. And your experience of reality is a harmony of fractals repeating patterns. You know, that brings to mind, because I was so much not wanting to be involved in anything connected with Super Bowl Sunday, I went to see a lovely movie, which I suggest very strongly to each and every one of you. It's so simple, and of course it was completely panned by the critics. There must be something wrong with my inner critic, or perhaps it's all correct, and I've learned to put it down. So I went in not owning any of their nonsensical talk, heart wide open, to just see in truth, what is this movie to me? It was so heart-opening. It was called A Dog's Purpose. And you have to stay tuned until the very last couple of lines. But it talks about your fractal patterns in so many words. So go see that, because it'll be out of the theater soon, and then you'll either have to buy it or do something else. I don't know what else you do, but go see it. So now, hi to the caller on the line, and I am sorry to keep you waiting, but there's some things now that just have to be said. Hi.
Hi, Miss Elaine, it's Michelle, and I don't mind waiting.
Hello, Michelle. Happy birthday.
Well, thank you.
And you're on the other
fabulous one.
Good, excellent. Good.
Yep.
All right. So would you need to know your lucky directions?
I do.
I believe, if memory serves me, you are con north. Is that correct?
Yes, I am.
All right. So your strongest direction is southeast. So look at it. Not that you've ever experienced money difficulties. But
you want me to acknowledge that?
No. Just saying.
Okay.
It has to do with really cultivating your self-esteem and your self-worth. And that is your generating breath, to cultivate your self-esteem.
Okay.
Your doctor from heaven, it is the east. So here again, for different reasons, if you misuse your words and even your thoughts, because I was reading over the weekend, a thought actually has sound. So as you misuse your words or your thoughts, because the east is your doctor from heaven, ordinarily it would be where I would say, take your cup of tea and go convalesce in the east. Not this year. Go convalesce in the southeast. And the only way you'll get in trouble is by misusing your thoughts and words. Aside from that, you'll have a very healthy year.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
It's funny that the southeast, that's where my bathroom is.
Okay, but your house is large, so it's a little bigger. Divide it into better one-thirds across that line.
Uh-huh.
It does take into account another room.
Yep.
Okay. And your best relationship area is the south. Now, the south is in trouble this year for men because the 5 stars there. What's in the south?
The south. Well, if I break it up, it's a wall, because the back of the house is the bathroom, the little hallway, and then the bedroom.
Okay. So it sounds like perhaps part of the bedroom is in the relationship area.
Yes.
Okay. You might want to get somewhere along that back line some moving metal, either a chime or a clock, so that by the end of the year you're still together with your honey.
Okay.
Uh-huh. Okay. And so your personal development area is the north, and the north is very strong this year for you.
Right.
So you may want to really look at, I don't know, I know what you do is very valuable, but there may be a new slant to what you do, slightly new learning curve for it.
Job-wise.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do love my job, but I feel there's a change coming.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is, but I feel it's coming.
Okay, you're right on target. It will benefit you if it comes. Like, sometimes we have that sense of doom, like impending doom. Something's coming, like a train down the track. No, in this case, yay. If we would drop, I think we've had so many experiences where we felt something coming, and the next thing we know, we look up and it's the train running us over.
Right.
But this is not a case of that. So
No.
as we put down all of our yesterdays and our thinking, it should be quite good, really quite good. Yep. You want to be careful of your southwest this year because that's your total loss area. Okay.
West.
Mm-hmm.
North, south, east, west. That's the bedroom.
Okay.
Bedroom, dining room.
Okay, I'd get some metal in there too, Michelle. I'd get some metal, and I would not go for any kind of feminine examinations in the month of February. So,
Okay.
So for example, no mammograms, no pap smears, none of that stuff. And I'm not liking May for that either, because it's your total loss area.
What about the cardiologist?
Okay, cardiologist. Well, yep. Okay. That's an interesting question because the South rules the heart, and the South is what's got the biggest problem star on it. So I'm going to answer your question by this. You need to actually connect with me off the air at some point, and we'll pick the right day. I mean, we would fine-tune it that much.
Okay.
Okay. I can tell you, do not go for the exam in March for cardiology. Not you, not anyone.
Okay.
Okay. So, and nor September. September's actually going to wipe out some people with heart disease. So, this month, yeah, darn it, no, there's a star there that's not making me so happy. We'll talk about it off the air. Got it?
Okay.
Okay. There you are, my beloved friend. And it's very, it's empowering for us to know what are these directions? What are these pockets of energy?
Right.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Thank
you so much.
Thank you so much for calling, darling. And again, happy birthday. I know it was just over the weekend.
It was amazing.
Excellent. Good stuff.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Have a good day.
You too.
Thanks.
Bye. All right, so you can see energy is a tender topic, and we treat it so cavalierly, like we have all the energy in the world. Well, we actually don't, number one, as some of you who overextend yourselves realize. And finally, thank goodness, as I think, you mature a little bit and you have enough life experience under your belt, finally you kind of try to, trim the sails a little bit and not be so overdoing of things. And whether it's being too generous of spirit, or in my case, too generous with information, or too generous giving of ourselves, we have to kind of just be watchful that it's balanced. So anyway, I was talking about this galactic moon, which does really intrigue me because it's our whole experience of reality is changing. Now, I certainly can vouch for the fact, in my case, because last year I joke with friends, I kept dying. The universe kept killing me time and again. But what it did was some of my patterns that were so repetitious and so ingrained, they came to a full stop, and none of it makes any sense anymore. And I can't even go back there. It's kind of like sticking your toe into something dirty because it's finished. So I feel very thankful and very, very appreciative that I now have a much clearer understanding that, my origin is in the stars. And I can align my frequency with that energy. And I am a microcosm of cosmic life That's huge. It gives you kind of something to contribute to. You are a team player and on a cosmic level. You're not out there all by yourself. You know, I actually, by the end of Sunday, because a sister kept insisting that I at least tune in to the halftime of this Super Bowl phenomena, I have to tell you, it took me, even just watching that little bit of it, it took me all day yesterday to recover from an extreme sense of aloneness and loneliness and being sort of on the outside of things until I come back full circle and realize, wait a minute, I'm lucky enough to be understanding I'm breaking old patterns that don't fit me anymore. And that I can move into something much freer, much healthier, much more lovely, much more aligned with my cosmic essence. So it's really quite interesting when we come through these. Watch your energy, watch your feelings, watch your fears. You know, in me, it triggered, once again, I don't belong anywhere. And I know a lot of you struggle with that. Feeling like you don't belong in your job, you don't belong in the relationship, you don't belong in life. A lot of people struggle with that. And when they tell me, no, they've never had a thought that they don't belong in life, I kind of back away quickly because I think, well, they haven't done much self-reflection then and self-examination because it's part of how you evolve. You have to look at that piece so that you can make decisions to participate in a way that's correct for you. The way I participate in life, many people say, I would like to have your life. And I think, no, you wouldn't, because I walked an unusual walk. But it's correct for me. It's how I want to participate in my evolution. And each person has got to get there. And this year, because the flying star, the number 1, is in the center of you and your house, it's the year to contemplate that. It's the year to think, well, how am I participating? And is how I used to participate old and it doesn't work for me anymore? I would tell you, I think much is not going to work for anybody fairly soon. And that's, to me, that I'm like looking forward to that day. I've been looking forward to that day since I started on this journey in the 70s. That's a long time for me to be looking for, whoa, are we there yet? Can we? And the humor is now I know we're all right there. We are there. But you have to drop your old thinking. And that's the discipline. So it's really recognizing that you can encompass the vastness of a whole cosmic reality. This past weekend, a gal reached out to me, and if she's listening, God bless you. Her name is Ginny. Apparently, Ginny had come to have a consultation with me many, many moons ago. And she spent 20 years trying to find me. And she did. We hooked in again. But what it triggered was I remembered someone around the time that Ginny came who came to my home. And it was a woman. She had called me and said, I'd like to bring my husband, and we have a very serious issue, and I'd like to bring my daughter. I'm like, okay, because generally the work I do, it's intense. It's kind of like you think you're going to the dentist for a simple cleaning. Sometimes you get a root canal with me energetically. And so husband came in and the daughter came in, but I noticed at the doorstep, and I had heard the daughter had a problem with her eyesight. This young lady was 11 years old about, and she had eyeglasses that were like, as the expression would be, Coca-Cola bottles, so the lenses were so thick that you actually almost couldn't see her eyes. And I was I want to say almost patronizing, unfortunately,